Hello, my friends. Welcome back to Listen with Stories. Take a slow breath in and breathe out. Today, we tell the story of a man who was not quite human. He could read a page and remember it forever. He could solve equations in his head faster than a computer. He helped build the atomic bomb, the modern computer, and game theory, all in one lifetime. His name was John von Neumann, and the scientists who worked beside him, the greatest minds in the world, said he was on a different level entirely. If you are learning English, stay with me today. This is a slow, clear story. I will use simple words. I will speak carefully, and together we will learn something wonderful. Subscribe to Listen with Stories so you never miss a new episode. A new story comes every week, slowly and clearly, just for you. Budapest, Hungary, 1903. A boy is born into a wealthy Jewish family. His name is Janos. Later, the world will call him John. From the very first years of his life, something is strange. At 6 years old, he can memorize a phone book. Not one page, not one section, the whole phone book. He reads it once, and then he can tell you any number on any page. His family invites guests to their home to watch. They ask little Janos to perform. He smiles. He recites. He never makes a mistake. His father calls a professor to test him. The professor leaves, shaking his head. This is not a normal child. At 8, John reads calculus books for fun, not because anyone tells him to, because he is bored with everything else. At 12, he understands university-level mathematics. His teachers do not know what to do with him. So his father hires private tutors, the best in Budapest. But even the tutors struggle to keep up. John does not just memorize what they teach him. He goes further. He asks questions they cannot answer. He makes connections they have never seen. The boy from Budapest is already thinking in a language no one else can speak. John goes to university in Berlin, then in Zurich, then in Budapest. At the same time, yes. He studies at 3 universities at once. He travels between cities. He sits different exams. He earns different degrees. He studies chemistry because his father wants him to have a practical career. Chemistry has jobs. Mathematics does not. But mathematics is where John lives. In 1926, he earns 2 degrees in the same year, a degree in chemical engineering from Zurich and a doctorate in mathematics from Budapest. He is 22 years old. His doctoral thesis changes the way mathematicians think about numbers. His professors in Budapest read it and look at each other. They do not argue with it. They cannot. He is already publishing papers that leading scientists spend weeks trying to understand. At conferences, older mathematicians sit quietly and listen. This young man from Hungary speaks, and the room goes silent. Not from boredom, from awe. John von Neumann thinks fast. Not just a little fast, dangerously fast. Colleagues say conversations with him feel like trying to drink from a waterfall. He moves from one idea to the next before you have finished your first thought. He sees solutions before others see the problem. He can sit at a dinner table, listen to a question, and give the full answer before dessert arrives. But his mind is also wide. He does not only think about mathematics, he thinks about physics, about economics, about biology, about war, physics. He invents a whole new field of mathematics called game theory. Game theory is the science of how people make decisions. How do you choose when you do not know what the other person will do? How do you win a negotiation, a war, a business deal? Von Neumann writes the rules. His book, written with economist Oscar Morgenstern, changes economics forever. Business people use it. Military leaders use it. Politicians use it. And von Neumann writes it as if it is obvious, because to him it is. In 1933, the world changes. Adolf Hitler comes to power in Germany. Jewish scientists across Europe begin to flee. Von Neumann is already in America. He has a position at the new Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton, New Jersey. He is one of the first 6 professors selected. Another is Albert Einstein. They walk the same hallways. They eat in the same cafeteria. But even Einstein says von Neumann's mind is something special. When World War II begins, America needs its best minds. Von Neumann is called to help. He works on the Manhattan Project, the secret program to build the atomic bomb. His contribution is the mathematics of the explosion. How do you make a bomb detonate with perfect precision? Von Neumann solves it. He also works on something called the ENIAC, one of the first electronic computers. He watches the machine struggle to do calculations that take him seconds in his head. And he sees something. The computer is fast, but it is not smart. It needs a better design. Von Neumann sits down and writes a paper. In that paper, he describes how a computer should be organized. Memory, processing unit, input, output. His design becomes the foundation of almost every computer built since. Right now, the device you use to watch this video is built on von Neumann's architecture. He designed the invisible structure of the digital world. After the war, von Neumann is everywhere. He advises the United States government. He consults for the military. He speaks at conferences. He eats at parties. He loves parties and solves mathematical problems between conversations. He drives fast cars badly. He crashes them often. He does not seem to mind. He is not careful with his body. He is careful only with his mind. In the early 1950s, something begins to change. Von Neumann starts to feel tired. In 1955, he is diagnosed with cancer. Some believe it came from his time near atomic tests. He continues to work. He brings papers to the hospital. He thinks. He calculates. He writes. Even in his final weeks, his mind is searching for new ideas. He is working on a theory of how the human brain works. He wants to compare it to a computer. He never finishes it. John von Neumann dies on the 8th of February, 1957. He is 53 years old. The scientists who knew him mourn deeply. They say the world has lost something it will not see again. My friend, you have done something wonderful today. You listened to a long story in English. You heard new words. You followed new ideas. And you did it in a foreign language. That is not easy, but you did it. John von Neumann was born with an extraordinary mind. You were not born with his memory, but you were born with curiosity, and curiosity, practiced every day, builds something beautiful. Every time you listen to a story in English, you are training your brain. You are building new connections. You are becoming a better listener, a better thinker, a better speaker. Keep going. Do not stop. One story at a time, one word at a time. That is how language is learned. That is how any great thing is built. Thank you so much for listening today. If this story moved you, please leave a comment below. What surprised you most about John von Neumann? Did you know he helped design the modern computer? Tell me in the comments. I read every one. And if you want part 2, the story of his final years and his unfinished theory of the mind, let me know below. Type part 2 and I will make it for you. Subscribe to Listen with Stories so you never miss a new episode. See you next time, my friend. Listen slowly. Learn deeply. Stay curious.